And just like that, we're loaded for the day. Time to head back up to Iowa. We're over here loading up in Missouri. Loaded right up the road here. We're headed back up to Iowa for today. This load comes off today. Actually, it'll come off later tonight. So the subject of the day that I was wanting to talk to you guys about, everybody talks about having a maintenance fund when you're an owner-operator. And that's a great idea. Whether you do your own maintenance fund or you get one through the company you're with, and you contribute 10 cents, 25 cents a mile or whatever into your maintenance fund through the company. I suggest you do one yourself, because there's not a lot of difference between being an owner-operator and being a full independent. I mean, really, there's not a major difference. So, my mentality is you should think of yourself when you are a owner-operator, you should think of yourself as an independent. Because isn't that what it is? An owner-operator? You own and you operate. So therefore, you should have your own maintenance fund. You should have your own maintenance fund. But I'm not going to split hairs and say either you have one or your company has one that you contribute to. Hey, what's wrong with having both? There's an idea. What's wrong with having your own maintenance fund and having one, through the company? It's double the savings, right? But that's not really what this video is about. It's just to set it up. The real thing about this is, do you need a maintenance fund as a company driver? That's an interesting concept, isn't it? Well, why would you need a maintenance fund as a company driver to take care of someone else's equipment? Well, I have a unique situation here with this company, is because it's a really small company. He's got 9 drivers or less. And, he doesn't have a shop himself. He doesn't have his own maintenance shop. He depends on other shops. There is a shop in Iowa that he has an extremely good relationship with those people. So they make him deals on maintenance and all. But I have thought about going back to being an owner-operator myself, and I know what it takes to be an owner-operator. And I know how hard it can be on a small company and small independent companies, that I told this guy that I would do what I could to help keep up his truck. And that might include working and paying for parts to go on this truck. And you may totally disagree and say, well, that's not your truck and that is not your place to pay, for his truck. And you'd be correct. You would be 100% correct. It's not my place. I'm just a company driver. But there is something that I have left out of this conversation. I am a 1099 employee with this company. I get paid $10.99. He does not hold any taxes out of my check. So when it comes time for me to do taxes, I will either have to save up a lot of money to pay those taxes, or I'm going to have to itemize, and show an offset to those taxes. So having a maintenance fund would really come in handy. It would really come in handy. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but my hood mirror on this truck is broke right now. And it's because there's a bad shock absorber on the front of this truck, and it's causing the front end to hit bumps excessively hard. So hitting the bumps has caused the mirror to break. So with that being said, I talked to the owner about it and told him, and of course, we need to fix that. That needs to be repaired. Now, whether he repairs it or I do, or we meet in the middle somewhere, I'm not going to be upset one way or the other. I would not be upset if he just called me up and said, hey, you need to put shocks on that truck if you don't care. Just go ahead and buy them and put them on there. I really wouldn't be upset. I could see where that would upset a lot of people in a lot of situations, but it wouldn't upset me personally. I wouldn't get upset about it. So, yeah. And of course, when you're an owner-operator, you need to keep up the maintenance on your truck as well. And that's not someone else's place to do it as an owner-operator. Here's another thing that I left out. With the pay that I am getting here with this company, it is extremely close, very close to what I was getting paid as an owner-operator. Yeah. After I took out fuel and deductions, maintenance and everything, when I was an owner-operator, I mean, it's extremely close. The checks or the deposits that I'm getting every week here is extremely close. Now the differences are, whenever I was an owner-operator there towards the end of being an owner-operator the last 7 years or so, I guess, I was a dispatched owner-operator. So I told myself when to start, when to stop, when to begin work, when to end work, what days I wanted to work, what days I wanted to go home. You know, I did it all myself. So being a company driver here, of course, you have to abide by the company rules. So that's different in itself. That's a lot different. The other thing that's different is this is a lot newer truck, and this truck is in a lot better condition than the other truck that I was running as an owner operator. This one is just the age of it and the maintenance on it, you know, has been better, I would say, than the owner operator truck I've got, which I don't think this truck will last as long as the truck I've got in the driveway, because mine is a Caterpillar engine, a manual transmission. It's an old truck with no DEF on it. You know, I just think it's going to last longer. It's already surpassed this truck. It was built way before this truck. But I've had a lot of maintenance issues with that old truck. This truck is very limited that I've had any issue, you know, with. The leveling valve I've had issues with. Shock absorbers, which is caused by the leveling valve being off. And the hood mirror, you know, it's like a chain reaction. The leveling valve was off, that caused the shocks to go out, that then caused the hood mirror to break. So, you know, that shows if you don't keep up with your maintenance, if you don't maintain your truck correctly, you know, it's like a chain reaction. One thing will cause another thing to fail, and that will cause another thing to fail, and before long you've dug a huge hole that you're having trouble getting out of. So it's good to stay up on your maintenance. The best time to repair something that is wrong with your truck is when you find something wrong with your truck. Repair it immediately. That's the best advice that I can give you. Now this truck, I'm really not that worried about it, because this is not my truck. It's a company truck. You know, if he was really worried about it, then he should fix it. If he leaves it up to me, it'll get fixed when it gets fixed. You know, it's that type of situation. And the other thing is, you know, it's been 2 years trying to get out of this hole that I've left myself when I quit being an owner-operator. I stayed being an owner-operator way too long. It depleted my maintenance fund. I still tried to stay with it and build my maintenance fund back up. But when you start getting behind, it's really hard to catch up. And then on top of that, I moved. I sold a house. I bought another one, which was not a good time to do that in the midst of all those issues, but it was something that had to be done, in my opinion. And also, the rates fell through the floor at the same time, so it was like a perfect storm why it caused me to not be an owner-operator. It was like a perfect storm that happened. So, we're rebuilding. We're getting back up on our feet. Each week that goes by, we're getting stronger. We're getting more money saved up. We are getting better with this job. We're getting better in the economy overall. I mean, getting into the politics aspect of the channel, Biden just caved this country in the middle. I mean, just absolutely gutted. That was the front radar going off. Biden just absolutely gutted this country from within. And he has left a huge mess that needs to be cleaned up. And Trump is doing everything he can to clean up this huge mess that Biden has left. And I felt it. I had to park my owner-operator truck during the Biden administration. But we're starting to come back up. We're starting to get stronger. I'm building my maintenance fund as we speak. I will start doing some work on this truck. I will probably start doing some work on the truck that I have in the driveway. That way I'll have a backup in case anything goes wrong here. I can start running my truck as an owner-operator. Heck, who knows? We may even go all out, get our authority, and be an independent. Who knows where this path will take us? It's not what I'm planning on. But the first thing you need to do, the first steps you need to take, in my opinion, whether you're a company driver or an owner-operator or an independent, you need to get your maintenance fund started, and you need to get it funded to where you're on solid ground and you're able to start on the right foot. Heck, I mean, it's a good idea. Whether you call it a maintenance fund or a savings account or whatever you want to call it, it's a good idea to have that money. What if you're just driving down the road and your engine blows up? You know, no matter if you're a company driver, an owner-operator, an independent, and you know, you've been eating out of the truck, you've got your food in the truck, all of a sudden your engine goes down, you have to get towed, and you have to spend 2 or 3 days in a hotel. You wasn't prepared for it. You know, the company's trying to make arrangements to get you out of that situation. What are you going to eat in the hotel room? DoorDash is expensive. Are you going to walk, you know, a couple of miles down the road from the hotel to go get you some food out of a grocery store somewhere? If there's even a grocery store near the hotel. If you had your maintenance fund, it would make that situation a lot easier. Ask me how I know that. After being a truck driver for 25 years, do you not think I've been in that situation? Money may not bring you happiness. You know, that's a saying. It may not bring you happiness, but it damn sure will make your life a lot easier. I promise you that. Having a couple of pesos in your bank account will go a long way whenever you're caught with your pants down. So, yes, you should have a maintenance fund. Whether you are a company driver, an owner-operator, or an independent. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't even matter if you're in trucking or not. It doesn't matter. Whether you want to call it a savings account or a maintenance fund, whatever name you want to stick on it, it's a good idea to have it. And the bigger it is, the better off you are. There, I said it. So I'm going to get on up the road. We're about to get into St. Louis construction traffic, and it is a beast getting through there. So I'm going to cut the video off. You guys have a good day. Take care of yourself. Be safe. And don't forget to fund your maintenance account. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.